Good morning, everybody. I am the First Lieutenant Larrete Girona, student of the UTPL University. Today I am here with Dr. Ivan Patiño, who is going to help me with this interview about space exploration, advantages and disadvantages. This interview will not last more than 5 to 10 minutes. Can we start, Dr. please?
Sure. Good morning, everyone.
The first question is, should governments prioritize spending on the exploration of space and why?
Well, in my opinion, I think government should not prioritize on space exploration because, as we know, there are more important issues in our own planet which must be covered first. I know it is important that exploration must be done in space, but there are things more crucial in our own planet, like eradicating poverty, trying to solve delinquency, and things like that, which should be more prioritized than space exploration.
Thank you so much. So the next question is space an important frontier for human exploration or inspiration?
I believe that it is. It is really necessary that space exploration has to be done. As we know, we are part of the problem. We as humans are destroying little by little our planet, and we need another place to live for maybe in future generations. And this has to be done, especially for technological purposes, for medical advancements, for technological breakthroughs.
Thank you so much. The next, does space exploration benefit science or human understanding?
As I mentioned before, definitely yes. I am not an expert on the field, but I was reading a little bit about it, and many projects which are being performed by means of the space exploration are taking advantage here in our planet in order to find cure for some diseases. For example, for Alzheimer, in order to create new software for our planet and things like that.
Yes, I also believe that, as you said before, we can find some cure for some diseases in the space. I totally agree with you. The next, should space exploration be publicly funded?
I believe that yes, although the majority it is being privately funded. I was reading that there are many famous people who are funding these projects, but I believe that all the people, especially of course the first world countries, should be the ones in charge of funding it in a private and also in a public way.
Thank you so much. Does the human race need to be able to move to another planet?
Yes, because with the time our planet will be destroyed sooner or later, so we need to find a new place to live.
Yes. And which planet do you think would be maybe a good option for us?
Well, I don't know. I was reading information about Mars. I was reading also some information that according to the new discoveries that are being performed, there are 3 other places that could be good places for us to live, similar to the Earth. So yes, of course, this is for future generations.
Thank you so much. Next, are missions to Mars important, worth funding?
Yes, I believe that they are worth funding, and not only to Mars. Of course, they mentioned Mars because that's one of the most important planets that have been explored on. But I believe that not only Mars, but also other planets which could have similar characteristics and advantages where human race could live, and of course especially Mars because of its similarities.
Mm-hmm. Should people be flown to space instead of robots?
Well, I believe that robots and people should be flown to space. Of course, each one have their own duties. For example, if we want to perform science as it is, the way it's supposed to be, people, astronauts should be sent there. But also, of course, machines and robots can also perform work which can be directed by human beings.
And we also don't need, for example, oxygen and food.
Correct.
I think that it would be maybe less dangerous for robots than humans.
Definitely, because maybe if there's a dangerous situation, there will not be any human loss, only just a robot maybe. That's true. I agree with you.
Is sending humans to space good for international relations?
I believe that yes. I was reading a paper about this, that whenever there is a big project which is launched for this purpose, there are many countries involved in this. So there you can see solidarity, you can see cooperation among nations, which is something good.
So it seems that you have been reading a lot, haven't you?
Well, a little.
Should opponents of space exploration still be required to contribute?
Well, I don't think so. If there are people who do not strongly agree with this project, I believe that they shouldn't be required to do it. But because there are people who strongly believe on exploring the space, so they should be the ones who have to contribute more than the others.
Thank you so much. And the last question. Tell some of the disadvantages you perceive from space exploration.
Well, some of the disadvantages, maybe I already mentioned them before, is that we have to focus on basic issues that we have in our own planet. We have a lot of problems. We have poverty, delinquency, many problems that should be first solved here, or try to be solved here, and then we can go on to other things like space exploration. I think every president of each nation has to first try to solve those problems and then emphasize on the other things.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so much, Doctor, for
Thank you, Lieutenant. It's been nice talking to you.
Okay.